Hey everyone, I'm your instructor Erwin Swetnam, and this is English 310 Business Communications. Today we're diving into Chapter 2, Planning Business Messages. First, let's look at what we'll cover today. We have a lot of ground to cover, so let's get started. By the end of this chapter, you should be able to 1. List the steps in the communication process. Understanding these steps is fundamental to crafting effective messages. 2. Describe the goals of business writers and the 3 phases of the writing process. This will help you structure your messages more effectively. 3. Identify the intended purpose and audience of a message to select the best communication channel. Knowing your audience is key to successful communication. 4. Discuss expert writing techniques that improve business messages. These techniques will help you convey your ideas more clearly and persuasively. And 5. Apply writing techniques that improve tone, clarity, and effectiveness. This will ensure your messages are not only understood but also well received. Let's not forget our key terms, but don't worry, I'm not going to read them all now. We'll go over them as we encounter them. Just remember them as we move along. So let's dive in and start planning those business messages effectively. Follow along with me here, starting in Section 2-1. Communication technology has drastically changed the way we share information, making it more instantaneous and accessible. Messages are flying around faster than ever, whether it's through email, text, or Slack. The speed is unprecedented, but at the end of the day, it all boils down to a simple process, a fundamental exchange of ideas. Take a look at Figure 2.1 here, which breaks down the communication process into 5 basic steps, each crucial for effective communication. 1. The sender has an idea. This is the initial spark, the core message. 2. The sender encodes the idea. This involves translating thoughts into words or symbols. 3. The message is sent over a channel. This could be verbal, written, or digital. 4. The receiver decodes the message. They interpret and understand the information. And 5. Feedback is given back to the sender. This closes the loop, ensuring the message was received as intended. This process might sound straightforward, but the world's full of noise. It's not always smooth sailing. By noise, we mean all the distractions, miscommunications, and tech glitches that can mess up your message. Navigating these challenges is key to effective communication. So let's start with the basics. 2-1A, the sender has an idea. Maybe it's an important business update or just a simple happy birthday message. But this is where the magic happens. You've got to turn that idea into something others will understand. The shape of that idea depends on things like culture, experience, mood, and a ton of other factors. Ever send a message when you're in a bad mood and the receiver doesn't get it? Yeah, that's the sender's mood impacting the idea. Next, we move to 2-B, encoding the idea. Here, the sender takes the idea and puts it into words, gestures, or symbols. It's like translating your thoughts into a language others will understand, but encoding can get tricky. What if you say something and someone else completely misinterprets it? This is where cultural or language differences play a big role. For example, did you know the word means a planned action in the US, but it means something suspicious in the UK? Talk about miscommunication. You need to watch this if you struggle with choosing the right communication method. Section 2-1C, sender selects channel and transmits message. Once the message is encoded, it's sent over a channel. Channels are just the pathways we use to communicate, like emails, texts, video calls, even face-to-face convos. Each channel has its pros and cons. For example, an email gives you time to think and respond, but it lacks the emotional connection you get in a face-to-face meeting. Take a look at Figure 2.5, comparing rich versus lean channels. A rich channel, like a video chat, provides more immediate feedback, while a lean channel, like a memo, doesn't. I bet you didn't know how crucial the 3x3 writing process is for business messages. Now that we know how communication works, let's talk about the writing process. It's designed to help you organize your thoughts and draft clear, effective messages. Here's how it breaks down. 1. Pre-writing. Analyze, anticipate, and adapt your message to the audience. 2. Drafting. Research, organize, and draft the message. 3. Revising. Proofread, evaluate, and polish it for clarity and tone. You'll spend most of your time revising, nearly 50% as shown in Figure 2.3. It's all about making sure your message is clear and professional. Understanding the importance of analyzing the purpose and anticipating the audience in business communication is crucial. Let's explore the first phase of the 3x3 writing process, analyzing the purpose and audience. When crafting a message, ask yourself these two questions. Why am I writing this? And who am I writing to? Defining your purpose and audience helps you decide what tone to use and which details to include. If you're writing to a boss, the tone will be formal. If it's a casual memo to a colleague, it's okay to be conversational. Got it? This is why you need expert writing techniques. Okay, now we move into the part that makes your message really shine, expert writing techniques. This section is all about tailoring your message to fit your audience, using techniques like focusing on audience benefits and developing a you view. For example, compare these two sentences, sender-focused. We've created a webinar for your Instagram success. Audience-focused. Join our webinar to learn how to drive more engagement on Instagram. See the difference? The second one speaks directly to the reader and their needs. Always remember, by FM, what's in it for me? Why are there not more people talking about the importance of tone and clarity in business communication? Finally, let's talk about how to improve the tone and clarity of your messages. We want positive, concise, and professional communication. No one likes a long-winded email filled with complicated jargon. Here's a fun example. Instead of saying, "I regret to inform you that your order is delayed," you could say, "Your order will arrive a little later than expected, but we're working hard to get it to you ASAP." It's all about staying positive and making sure your message is clear. I bet you didn't know how crucial mastering business communication is for your success. All right, let's wrap things up. We've covered a lot of ground today. Today, we covered the communication process in detail, including how to select the best communication channels and the 3x3 writing process, including how to select the best communication channels and the 3x3 writing process, as well as various ways to improve your message's tone and clarity for better understanding. Before we go, here's a quick recap of the chapter review questions to think about. 1. Define communication. When is it successful? Reflect on your own experiences. 2. Describe the 5 steps in the communication process. Can you identify them in your daily interactions? 3. What are the 3 phases of the 3x3 writing process? How can you apply them to your work? And hey, if you found this video helpful, we'd love to hear your feedback. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow business communication buddies. The more we practice, the better we get at crafting clear, concise, and effective messages. Practice makes perfect. Stay tuned for the next chapter where we'll dive deeper into improving those writing techniques. We have exciting content ahead. Until then, keep communicating, keep learning, and keep growing your skills. I'll see you next time. Take care and happy communicating.